Salah, Mane, De Bruyne, Bruno, Sterling, Son, Rashford, Mahrez, Havertz, Grealish, Pulisic, Foden, Pepe, Ziyech, Mount, Jota, Gundogan, Pogba, Greenwood. And you get the point, right? There are just a couple of million midfielders in FPL, and you might be in a bit of a sticky pickle trying to choose the right one for you. So today, I present you with the top 5 midfielders to start the season with. And in no particular order, we start with the Egyptian king himself, Mo Salah. Sorry. Mo Salah! It's probably quite disrespectful to even think that I have to explain why he is a good option in FPL, right? If you're an absolute cheeky scrub, you're an absolute geezer, and you need a reminder, don't worry, I'll remind you. Salah has 4 Liverpool seasons under his belt now, in which he has scored 95 goals. 95? What? So he has scored an average of 23 goals in 4 seasons. That's not too bad at all, is it? No. But he has also returned 40 FPL assists in that time too, an average of 10 a season. So when you have a player getting 30 plus FPL returns every single season, you just knew you have an absolute beauty on your hands, don't you? Mo Salah, you little dancer, hey! But not only that, he plays in a Liverpool team who are one of the most attacking teams, whilst also on penalties too as well, playing the likes of Norwich and Burnley in his first 2 game weeks too. Now that is very, very naughty, oi oi. He also had the second most shots out of anyone last season, the second most big chances, the best expected goals, and also the third best expected assists as well. So you could probably use that as a sign that these things are not going to stop, that he's going to keep on going, and he's surely going to get you all of the FPL points. So not only is he an absolute spankingly good option for your team at all, he will probably also be the best captain option in game week 1, and 100% already confirmed now he's gonna be the most captain, so yeah, just chuck him in. Making him the first midfielder to start the season with. If you plan on not having him, honestly, just delete the FPL app, it's over for you already. Bruno Fernandes, the man that loves parting the FPL community more than Moses parted the Red Sea, like honestly. You either absolutely adore the man and want him to have your babies, or you want him to retire from football altogether and become a bin man instead. There is no in between. That mainly because even though he was last season's top FPL point scorer, and not too much of a biggie, right? Only the most points out of anyone, a lot of people still think he's overpriced. Are you okay? So let's actually talk about that, shall we? Where last season, he got 18 goals and 14 assists, playing in all but 1 game last year, which he needed a rest from. He also made the 3rd most shots out of any player, which I bet a lot of people wouldn't think, right? As most of his goals come from the penalty spot, right? He only scores penalties. Wait, he takes the 3rd most shots in the league? Ah, wow. He also generated the most total expected assists out of any player, so he literally has everything. Just like Salah, hey. So to me, he is definitely 100% worth the price. There is the argument that if you aren't going to captain him in the first few weeks, then you can use that money better off elsewhere. But to me, I see him playing a Leeds team at home in his first game, where last season he scored 2 goals and got 1 assist against last year. Then he plays a Southampton team he also scored against in both games last season, as well as getting 2 assists in one of them as well. And then next, he plays a Wolves team, which he got an assist against last time. And then next again, he plays a Newcastle team, which he scored against them in both games, also getting another assist in one of them as well. So when people say, oh, I'm not going to have him because I'm not going to captain him, I think you should turn that around and actually look at him for the captaincy, especially game week 3 when Salah plays Chelsea. Bruno could be a man. So to me, he's got to be in your team for game week 1. Making him a midfielder you should start the season with. Haha, nice video, mate. Alright, cool. Heung-min Son. If for whatever reason you want to be a bit of a geezer and be a bit maverick, and you don't want to have a Bruno or Salah, you know, they don't quite tickle your pickle, you're looking for someone else. Well, no worries, you might be a bit crazy, but don't worry, I have the player for you. Where Son got 17 goals and 11 assists last season, reaching the premium ranks of 200 plus points. Ooh. Now, Son is a player that sometimes doesn't please on the eye test, right? Just because every now and again he does have a very quiet game. Like sometimes you're like, wait, is Son even still on the pitch? Oh yeah, he's over there. But not only that, he is also a bit of a stat buster himself, not racking up crazy XG or XA compared to the actual goals and assists he gets. He way outscores them. So sometimes he doesn't look involved and doesn't look great on the eye test, and also not good on stats. Damn boy, pick a struggle, will you? But even if all of that doesn't look good, he still gets those FPL points, which at the end of the day is the only thing that matters, right? He is just that clinical. He sometimes doesn't look that good on stats and that, but he still scores them goals. Now, some people might not consider him just because he's playing the Man City team in Game Week 1, but he actually has a good record against them and could be the type of game that he thrives in, really. But then also, much better than that, he plays the likes of Wolves, Watford and Palace all in a row after. So, yeah, that is much better. So those could very much be a shout there, maybe even for captaincy as well, as he plays Watford at home in Game Week 3, and that could be very good for you if you haven't got a Bruno and Salah plays Chelsea, so Son could be your guy. I myself wouldn't start with Son just because I'm prioritising a Salah and a Bruno, but like I said, if you don't want to get one of them in, I think Son should be next on the list. Like, if you really want to just spread your funds, spread your money as much as I do my legs in a weekend, and put your money elsewhere, Son, he's just got to be in. Making him. What does it make him? It makes him another midfielder to start the season with. Rafinha, the sexy Brazilian for the Leeds of the United, is the next one to join us here. He has somehow been criminally underpriced at only 6.5 million this year. So as if you needed another reason to get him in, FPL have literally just made that decision for you. Like, just chuck him in. He's an auto pick. He's in. But if you aren't fully convinced yet, because to be fair, you might not be, I'll list some things that will definitely tickle your brain and you're like, wow, he's in. So per 90 minutes, Rafinha took the most shots out of any player for players that are first choice in their team and at his price, along with generating the highest expected assists with those same parameters as well. So not only do you get the guy on a lot of set pieces and involved in every attack, he is also the most likely to score as well, so literally all the points are incoming. Leeds United are also a team who love to attack, don't they? They literally have a fetish for constantly attacking, where they actually had the 5th most total shots out of all teams last year, and also the 5th most shots in the box as well, which Rafinha also loves. Leeds also beat the likes of Man City, Everton, Spurs and Leicester last year, so they are definitely a team who can do it against anyone. So even though the first few fixtures aren't quite tasty, you know, no, it's a bit plain. And I can understand why some people don't want to go with a Leeds midfielder to start with and look at them after, but honestly, in my opinion, at his price, I have to chuck him in bad fixtures. He's probably a season keeper for me, where you are getting a very good player who's always involved in a very attacking team who can beat anyone. Fixtures literally don't matter. Literally just chuck him in. Making him another player to start the season with. Joshua Brownhill. We've saved the best till last, apparently, as that player is Joshy Boy Brownhill. I'm honestly not joking, he's the last player. But the main reason I'm going for him here is, most of us actually do need a 4.5 million midfielder to start with, right? As we don't want to be wasting our money, so we chuck on the cheapest boy we can possibly get down in there. But why not look at who could be the best ones at that price? So that is what we've done here. I could suggest more premium players and other midfielders, right? But with so many different formations available and most people just going for Salah, Bruno and another one or two, it completely depends on your team structure, right? But most of us will have at least one 4.5 million mid, so Brownhill, it's your time to shine, boy. You get in, you, hey! Now, when you hear Brownhill, what do you think? Do you think of a pile of poo, you know, as a Brownhill? Or do you think FPL's greatest ever midfielder? No, you probably don't think that either, okay. But let me tell you something, right? Brownhill is, and probably will be, the best 4.5 million midfielder for the entire season. Not just for the start. Yeah, I said that, okay? I said it. He actually said it. This because he took the second most shots out of any midfielder at his price that are also still in the league. The other players did better, but they've been relegated now, so unlucky. And also, more importantly, took the most shots inside the box as well. He is also 3rd for expected assists out of any player. Again, that's still in the league, meaning he has actually got quite decent potential for both goals and assists. And if you don't believe me, he has actually scored a few goals in pre-season as well. So he's amazing. He is also playing Sean Dyche ball for the Brexit Burnley, which is actually very good for multiple reasons. Burnley are a team who at home with fans can keep a clean sheet against anyone, right? So with Brownhill playing every game, oh yeah, I should have mentioned that, he should start every game. Because he is playing, those clean sheets can get him those extra 1 point. So when you need to rely on him, he might even get you some 3-pointers in there, lovely. But also, he plays for Burnley. And Burnley are a team we probably don't want to be tripling up on anytime soon, right? Like, you could put a Basuma in, but he's taking up a Brighton spot. You could put an Allen in, but then he's taking up an Everton spot. Burnley are a team you probably don't want to have that many players in at all, apart from Brownhill, because he's the best. So that is another thing you don't have to worry about. Also, the likes of Basuma, Douglas Luiz, Allen, Romeo, and all that, all of the popular 4.5 mil mids. Did you know all of them are actually sponsored by a card factory? Because they all loves a yellow and red card. Like, honestly, they do. Meanwhile, Brownhill last year only got 2 yellow cards. Oh, what a Chad. He's just the best. So what you get with Brownhill is, in my opinion, the highest potential, the safest, the most attacking, and the best 4.5 million midfielder to leave on your bench and rely on him if you need to. Like, you don't want to be starting him, but put him on your bench and you will actually be loving it, making him the last player to start the season with. Lovely. And that was the top 5 midfielders to start the season with for game week 1. Again, it doesn't mean start with this 5. It doesn't mean you can't get in other players. It's just the top 5 players I would suggest getting in at least 1 or 2 of them in your team. And that is all for today. So thank you for watching. And remember,
don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.